Hey there, Scrapper Names fans, how are we all? I have a new process video for you. This one is a Project Life spread. I've kind of felt of late that I been sort of beating out the 12 by 12, so I thought I'd give you a Project Life one, and I have another one that I'll share with you as well. But yeah, so this one is actually for my niece's baby album I'm making for her, which you can hear her in the background. She's just playing at my feet at the minute, I think. Yes, she's fighting with a toy, so yes. Anyway, so I'm going to use some of the Bohemian Dream Cocoa Vanilla product, pattern paper here. So I'm just cutting down to make some of the 4x6 cards to back my photo on. So I've got two photos in this layout that needed to be backed onto some coloured paper, I decided, just because they were trimmed down when I edited them. So this one and the one on the diagonal in the bottom right, I've decided to back, which you'll see me doing. I've also used some of the Bohemian Dream paper for those centre small, the 3x4, whatever it is, 4x3 cards as well, even though I had promised myself or challenged myself not to do this with Project Life spreads and use up my growing, or not growing, I've stopped buying them, but Project Life cards that I have sitting in 2 boxes worth of cards. So didn't quite stick to that plan for this layout, but you know, that's okay. So just trying to decide on a paper here. So obviously this is documenting her first Easter, which I did a 12 by 12 not so long ago, documenting a photo from that, or a couple of photos, I can't remember. So this is the Project Life spread that will follow that 12 by 12 page. So I don't actually put a title card or anything here. I don't feel it needs it, simply because it's going to be behind that 12 by 12 spread. Now I'm using, this paper isn't Bohemian Dream. This one is, I think, the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection, I think. Picked it just to go with some yellows, and there's some soft pinks and things to match in with some of the colours of the photos, as well as what I've decided to use in the middle. So trying to sort of go with, because when I decided on the coloured paper, I looked at the photos, and there's a bit of pink in there, especially on Thea's beautiful dress where she's being snuggled. You can see her as a bub. But I also tried to think of what colours sort of symbolise Easter. And I mean, if you look at America, it's spring, I think, in Easter over there, so everything's really like blues and yellows. We're a bit the same, I guess. It's autumn-ish, so yes. But anyway, so I did my best to try and make it a bit symbolic of the Easter time. Now this is just a bunny chipboard piece. Now this actually came in a set of 4, and they're actually stuck together with like a little ring piece to make it like a dangly piece, tag type thing. I've cut that out, and it doesn't make any difference to the shape of the bunny, only because I just wanted it as a singular piece on the spread. I'm just using my Dylusions, I think this is called Cut Grass, and just painting on some of the green Dylusions paint. Pretty simple, really. I only really needed one sort of coat, and it wasn't too thick. It didn't, the chipboard didn't soak it up or anything like that. There you go. Shows you what it was. Which was really good. So yeah, I've made a big note to everyone else. Wash paint off straight away. So now that paintbrush, which is brand new, it's got a bit of a green tinge to the brush pieces. So whoops. Oh well. She'll be right. Shouldn't come out anything else when I paint, so yeah. Now I'm just using some pieces I had left over from this is actually from my March or April Kitaholic kit, these pieces, and they were designed to around that Easter period and holidays and things like that. So I take out some of the letters there, the phrases that are related to things not Eastery, and I've kept some other pieces there. So I knew I wanted to use this for an Easter layout, and hence why it had been sort of packed away a little bit. It was just sitting on my trolley with all my other embellishments, and this was the perfect opportunity to use it up, or use most of it up. So just pulling a little tag piece, and then I use some wood veneer here to just pop it up a little bit, or you know, add a little bit something to that corner. Doesn't take away from the photo by any means, and that little shape piece says somebody loves you. think. Somebody loves you, I'm pretty certain it says. And then I think I put a little heart, wood veneer heart and leaf there. I did contemplate colouring those, but chose to just leave them plain, I guess, because I can. I sort of haven't been colouring the wood veneer as much of late. I've been leaving it with that wood look, that natural sort of warmth, I guess, that wood veneer can give to a layout. There you go. And that was just a photo of me with our Easter bunny who came to visit on the day that we had lunch, and my children and niece. So see, this little one's Thea's older sister. Now I fussed around with this photo what I wanted to use. I was determined to try and use as much up of what was left of that kit there in this layout, or on this layout, I guess. So I've tried to just make it work, I guess. As I said, it's been sitting there since like March or April. I knew that once I'd scrapped Easter, it would probably get used, but this was the layout, the spread it was supposed to be used on. So this is just a tag that came, label piece that came in the printables, and I'm just jotting down a little bit of journaling, and I think it just says something like Snuggles with Auntie Amy. And I found that my thin Sharpie works really well to write in these spaces. Like, I don't have the best handwriting, and I was really liking my, I have another black pen I use. What is it? I can't think of what it is now. Oh, bugger, it's gone from my head. Anyway, it's kind of like a roller pen, and it's quite smooth, glides on really easily. It's really, it's really good. But I find that the nib's quite thick, so it makes it really hard when you're trying to just write really tiny pieces. So my Sharpies come back in to do that, particularly for this spread. I've discovered that's the best use for it. Now just popping on some enamel dots, just matching that pinks and blues and stuff that I've got on the layout already, or on the spread, happening through the spread. And trying to go with the rule of 3 there. So I've got 3 bits of enamel dots. Felt that photo was still missing something, and that's sort of part of the thing with this spread, was not over-embellishing it to take away from the memory, but not under-embellishing it, if that makes sense. So I did have a bit of fussing around, and the video still is 20 minutes long, and that's with editing, so yeah. So I'm using these stamps I got in my Kitaholic kit. It's from the Bohemian Dream collection as well. That little one says love this, and I've just done a print and then ghost printed it again. And then this heart from the same collection. Now, I actually ended up covering this over because when I reprint, it was just too dark and smudgy looking. So it bothered me, and yeah, so I didn't like the look that it gave to this photo, so I've changed it about. You'll see me cover it up with something. As I always say, everything can be covered when it comes to scrapbooking. Get an embellishment and whack it on there like I do here. I was going to use some of this. What's in my tray here is was my current kit. So October, this was filmed a week ago or so. So it had the Bohemian Dream collection. It's from my Kitaholic kits. So it just sits on my desk. I was looking to try and use that, being that I was using some pattern papers and embellishments, stamps from there, but I don't think anything really quite fitted. Oh no, that did. Sorry, and I think that says love. Yeah, and that's one of the printables actually that came in the October kit, the exclusive printables we get. And I'm back. Sorry, slight technical difficulty, as in baby whacked herself with toy, and she wasn't very happy about it. Alright, so I'm moving on to the next photo, which is of my parents snuggling with baby girl. It's a beautiful photo. A very random one that was snapped, actually. You don't get many photos, particularly of my dad, so this was a good one. Now, I am using some of my October kit. You can see there, playing around with it. Again, reach for my Sharpie to journal with. And just basically writing the same sort of thing as I did with the one that was me snuggling Thea. And it's just said Nanny and Poppy Snuggles. So, now, I think that tag says this happened or something like that. Can't remember, and I don't have the layout in front of me. Whoops. I'm actually not sitting at my desk to record this. I'm sitting in my lounge room. So, yes, and feeding said child her lunch. So, yeah, I'm not quite going to get up and go and have a look. What am I doing? Oh, just cutting around the edge of this bunny piece. This was in the previous kit that I'm using that I said, the Easter one. I'm not great at fussy cutting, so I'm so glad that dear Steph from Kitaholic Kits is cutting the printables from now on, because I hate fussy cutting and I just really suck at it. So it's just not something I enjoy. I see other people do it and they say they like it and I think, oh my God. But to each their own. And just pop that little bunny with some little, I've sort of got a thing for enamel dots at the moment. I'm not really sure why. I think maybe because I brought some new ones from the reject shop a few weeks back to stock up what I had lost because I've run out. And yeah, I've kind of just refound that stash of them and kind of using them. And maybe because some came in the kit in October that I was sort of rethinking using them, if that's the right term, whatever. So using these lovely little pink phrase stickers. I think they're like from, is it Seven Paper or something it's called? Again, it was from a previous kit. They're this beautiful pale pink, and they've got lots of phrases on it, lots of girly phrases. It very much is aimed at sort of girl sisters and, you know, frilly things and, you know, all that sort of pretty stuff. So, yeah, so that works well here, sort of using them up a little bit too. Decisions as to what to use, I guess. What am I doing? Oh, fighting with it. And some of them, I do find with these phrase stickers actually, and this is what I'm doing here, is cutting them down a little bit, only because I find that you've got the word and then there's lots of big empty sort of space. So I'm sort of cutting the tops a little bit off, or just to make them a little bit less wonky looking, I guess, or uneven. Well, they look uneven to me anyway. So here's my son and stepdaughter chatting up the Easter bunny. I think they were trying to steal chocolate, to be honest, or something, but, you know, whatever. Just fussing around with where I was going to put things. I didn't want to take away from the elements of the picture, so, like, I didn't want to put anything over the Easter Bunny's ears or hair. I just wanted the whole picture look. Being that this is her album, I want her to be able to look through and not have anything taken away from the photo as such. As adults, I think we can look at an album, or as older, you know, people, and you go, oh, yeah, that's what that is. But, you know, when she's little, you know, she needs to get the full picture, I guess. As crazy as that might sound, but that's just my way of thinking. You know, as I've said before, I do this. There is an element to the process because it is a bit therapeutic. It's my sort of thing. But this is for memory keeping. So for my kids to have, or in this case for my niece to take with her and have as the years go on, or add to it as she gets older, whatever. So yeah, I want it to make sure it tells the story and you can see clear pictures, I guess, to an extent. Oh, she's getting cranky with me. I'm not really sure why. What? You don't want to keep your book? Maybe I'm feeding her too slow. Or maybe she just had an opinion of her own, maybe. She didn't quite agree. I know there's probably been a few now voiceovers, because I get to do these. Don't generally do voiceovers of a night, because by the time everyone goes to bed, or kids are all gone to bed, I'm pretty buggered, so I'm not always the most energetic. So I have to try and squeeze them in at lunchtime when my daycare kids are asleep, and not always this little miss is asleep. So you've probably heard her a few times in the background. So if you don't like that, then you'll just have to hit mute, because I have to make you good with the time that I have. And that's not always a lot, like most people. And this green bunny turned out absolutely brilliantly, I reckon. It looks nice and smooth. It's just real crisp looking. It was perfect. So those Dylusions paint obviously go really well on chipboard, I'm guessing, which is great. So I've tried gelatos, I think, on chipboard, and they didn't work very well. And I think on wood veneer gelatos go okay. All right. So another brief pause there. I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, but the green bunny turned out quite well. I think I was talking about something like that. Now, just using some of these bits and pieces from that kit that I said I was using. I knew the card needed something, and I thought, oh, maybe a doily or something. I think I was going to go with a pink doily, but I'm actually out of them. So I was like, what? So I just make do with what I have here in front of me. Still not happy. Tapping away at the fingers. You know when you do something and you're like, yep, that needs something. Needs a little bit of something, something. But just don't know what it is. Do I do it? No. Yeah, thought I was going to do a doodly border, then changed my mind. And then in the end, I just go, right, enough, put it away. And I figure sometimes if you sit there and dwell on it too much, on something too much, then you sort of lose that creative flow, I guess. So I thought, well, if I'm going to get the idea, something will stand out to me, I'll just go with it. So pop it aside for now. Now, I'm just making this a little bit of a filler card, using, again, some of the pieces now from my Bohemian Dream kit, which was full of these lovely florals. Now, this pattern paper is from, again, I think Cute Girl, the crepe paper range. I'm not sure what the pattern is on it. Probably see it in the close-up. But I know the card, I think underneath it has like a floral, like little fun-looking flowers through it. So I sort of kept going with that, using the bigger flowers here, the die cuts from that Bohemian Dream kit. I'm just trying to get it to sit right. So I actually used that tape runner, is a removable one I got from Spotlight. I haven't had them for so long, just because I have not been out to Spotlight for a while. And I used it because I was like, I don't know where this flower is going to go. So removable means I can just chuck it around as I feel fit. So that's what I've done. And I think it stays there. I think I leave everything as it is. Yeah. So as I said before in my video that would have gone up this morning, today's Wednesday. So this Project Life one I will be posting and go live on Friday morning for you. Back to hopefully my normal scrappy schedule. I'm hoping to get some scrapping in. Today's Wednesday, between now and sort of Friday, but I am going away on the weekend. It's my sister's baby shower, so I won't be back until late Saturday night, I think. And I don't know if I'll get any scrapping in on Sunday. So I should have at least another 1 or 2 videos at least ready for next week. So we're cool there, I think. You should be able to keep getting some from me. If they're a bit delayed, you'll know why. Bit busy organising and prepping for a baby shower. So yeah, which should be fun. Just adding some gold colour shine to my card there. Needed something, so I went with that instead of enamel dots, I think. I just have to put it aside to let it dry. There it is there. And that might be nearly it. actually. There you go. Here's some of my close-ups. So I hope you've enjoyed this Project Life spread, and I hope you're enjoying my videos thus far. This one will be up on Friday, and as I said, there should be another one ready to go as well on the Monday. If not, stay tuned, and I will see you soon. And once again, thanks for coming by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check my blog out, my Instagram, all those fun social media pages, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.